Hey guys, I'm Dazzling Kate for those who are new here, and welcome back for those who are old here. So, I'm going to be talking about my favorite characters from Helluva Boss, and actually the whole situation that goes about their entire relationship. And it's unfortunately one of those it's probably not going to be too lengthy, but I feel like with my script, it's like, it's looking lengthy. But anyways, make sure to like this video so that way I can get ahead and get some more people to watch the video, just saying. And perhaps maybe even join my membership if you could. If you want to. But anyways. I'm going to be talking about Charlie from Hazbin Hotel, and she is one of my favorite characters from animation that I just love to pieces. And let me just tell you, it is unfortunate that due to her character having, not as much attention as I would love for her to have, and compared to the fact that her relationship with her girlfriend is, underrated as hell and underdeveloped as hell, it's just frustrating. It's really frustrating, and it needs to be talked about. Now, honestly, I never looked and noticed this until after I rewatched the series a couple of times, and let me be real, there is barely any moments between Charlie and Vaggie that can really develop into something that can pull everyone's attention when they're supposed to be the main couple. Instead, that goes straight towards Angel Dust and Husk, who aren't even a couple. They're, at this point, good associates and maybe scraping into the friend territory, but I wouldn't really consider them a couple just yet, considering how the series is right now. But anyways, I noticed this and I was like, how the heck have we not gotten any dramatic moments than just Charlie finding out that her girlfriend is basically a former exorcist. And then when Vaggie tries to have a personality outside of just being with Charlie and protecting Charlie, I feel like that is something that really needs to be fixed, because I feel like, oh my god, this feels kind of really bad, because she's on this level of thinking she needs to do everything possible in order to make sure that Charlie can do this and that. And that is something I would like to see Charlie actually talk about, talk to Vaggie about in the relationship, because I would hate to, be in a relationship with someone and they're like, I gotta make sure everything is good enough for you, and just having them be uneasy about that. I feel like if they had more time to go into that area, that would be a little bit more reassuring, but it feels as though they are not allowed to be that. They are not allowed to do any couple stuff to kind of remind everyone, hey, we're a couple, that kind of thing. And instead, that just goes straight back to Angel Dust and Husk, and it's just it's frustrating. It's frustrating because I really think if they had just worked on their connection a little bit more, and this goes for a lot of characters outside of the usual Vibsy Pop, being mainly focused on her gay lover fan fiction that always seems to have the same formula but recolored, because that's who she often focuses on. Example is Angel Dust and Husk, and then you have Blitz and Stolas and Visuali and Osmodeus. She tends to lean towards those characters a lot more than the other characters in a relationship, and it really affects the story, especially in Hazbin Hotel, when Charlie is supposed to be in a relationship with Vaggie, and then you have the less development for Vaggie to kind of like, there is potential to go into her past and talk about her past, and or maybe even reflecting off of how Charlie and Vaggie met through other ways. Like, I don't know, but it feels as though there needs to be some kind of way to go into their relationship. Because if Blitz and Stolas can have them meeting at their childhood at some point in their lives, then I think Charlie and Vaggie can have more of a dynamic to do what they wish of their relationship being more present in the show. It's so weird, because I feel as though if they focused a little bit more on their relationship and a little bit more on like each of the characters' outside traits of being in a relationship or sexually active, I feel like that might actually help a lot of these characters develop. But I think they're really avoiding that for reasons I have no idea why. But it really affects the story with like how Charlie's dynamics are with Vaggie, and it frustrates me to pieces, because I'm just like, if they had just like had a few episodes after, like in between, like Charlie finding out that Vaggie was a former exorcist, and then to the season finale, I think that would have actually have made their relationship a little more interesting. Like, we could have had Vaggie having to do stuff outside of, out of the hotel to kind of give Charlie space to just breathe and understand this and comprehend this. Because I don't want to believe that they took a whole month to just basically like show Charlie was in her bed the entire time, and Vaggie was just like now telling them, like everyone else, that she was like a former exorcist. It just doesn't add up. I kind of wish they had done this at a much earlier point in the series, so that way it could actually have made their relationship like go through something, question everything, and slowly build the bricks back together to being a couple. That would have made more sense. But instead, it's glossed over, tossed to the side, because Busy Pop doesn't want to focus on that. Any other character outside of gay couples, male relationships, it's a no-go for her. It's a no-go. And it's unfortunate, because there could have been a bunch of moments that would have built up to their relationship being redone. And I keep thinking of these moments of past character relationships I've seen, not in like, any of Bibsy Pop's shows, but I mean from other animated series, that I think would have really captured the energy of building up to the, for these characters to build up to something better. Like, the number one thing that, number one scene that keeps popping into my head is when, from the Teen Titans animated series, the original series from 2003, to showing, Beast Boy preparing to ask Terra out. And I keep thinking it would have been interesting to see, Vaggie trying to, apologize. She's practicing in her room. We get to see a glimpse of what her room looks like. I think that's something that really lacks, is that we don't really see the rooms. I mean, think about it. This is Hazbin Hotel. Seeing everyone's room is kind of necessary. We've seen Charlie's room. We've seen Alistair's room. I think we've seen Angel Dust's room. I'm kind of bummed out. We've already seen Serpentius's room to a degree. I don't think we've seen Husk's or Nifty's room. I'm doubtful they sleep at all, but it would be nice if they did actually show something that would have done something like that for them. And it would have been nice for her to be practicing apologizing to Charlie, trying to come up with better words, and then you have some other character entering the room just being hey, maybe you should practice on me and I can give you the best Charlie response ever. Like, something like that would have actually made the characters' relationship a little bit more better. Like, I know that's kind of weird that, asking out for a date scene had more of an influence of how to do an apology for Vaggie in this case, but it kind of makes me think that there could have been moments like that to kind of build something, build a dynamic of just being sure that they could do this right, because I love seeing those moments, and it would have been nice to see that instead of Charlie just like going into town and bringing back a little gift for Vaggie and just being like, oh, I'm sorry, and it's just that there's no, hey, can I explain? I want to explain kind of moment. No, there's no time for that. And then there's like no time for Charlie to be rightfully pissed. It's just like it's like 2 episodes of this. 2 episodes, not even two. 1 episode, and at the end they apologize, bam. It's over. Meanwhile, in Helluva Boss, we get like the complete opposite. There's like so much miscommunication between Stolas and Blitz that it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. And I know a lot of people will be like, so you want her to do what they did with like Stolas and Blitz? No, I just want some energy that she puts into that, put into the other 2. Maybe that might actually balance it out. I don't know. It's just really frustrating when she puts all of her energy into just the gay guys. Anyone else, fuck them. It's it's unfortunate and it's sad, because other than that, I feel like if they just focused a little bit of time and effort into making Charlie and Vaggie's relationship actually make sense, it would have been nice. It would have been really, really good. Like, instead it's just glossed over, passed to the side, and bam, it not a big deal. And it kind of just makes it so, like, I also get to some degree that there are some situations where it can be a simplified, straightforward answer of an apology and that's it. But it feels so wrong in this series to just have it be glossed over of something this big and major that should have been something to build from, to like build like both those paths to cross back together. Because when I think of writing couples, I always think if there's like a problem for the couple, basically that path breaks into two different roads. They have to go back down, like they have to go down it alone to kind of resolve what they have seen and dealt with, and then they cross paths again, and that's when that point of an apology is, worth it, Instead, it just doesn't do that. It's just straightforward, resolved, and you don't even get time to see Charlie dealing with anything or Vaggie feeling very guilty for what she did. It's just glossed over. It's not thought about again. It's very unfortunate, and I feel like if they just focused a little bit of time and effort into actually building these problems instead of just glossing over them. This can be said for other couples and characters in the Helluva universe. I guess they call it Hell universe. I don't know. But okay. I feel as though it can easily be resolved if they put time and effort into seeing how these characters interact, instead of just hoping for the next best quick answer and call it just that. And it's unfortunate because with the way that this is supposed to be the main couple of Hazbin Hotel, and it's barely getting a scratch of attention to be focused on. And I'm not asking for it to be like super duper romantic to a degree. I'm like, basically asking for the same respect and attention that the other one gets, and it just feels frustrating to me because it's something that I feel would definitely create a problem in the future if not looked into. I know a lot of people gloss over Charlie and Vaggie. I'm hoping for season 2 they will actually get attention, but I'm doubtful to a good degree because I'm just like, with the way that Vibsy Pop gets involved with the writing process, creative process in general, a lot of the time all the energy goes into the nearest gay couple, and any other couple in the LGBT community is glossed over, and any couple in general is just glossed over. If you don't look like a product of a woman's creative way of making a always super fluffed out, I'm trying to read what I wrote down, like super fluffy, cutesy wootsy, over dramatic and overly sellable relationship, to the point where it basically is like the only thing that she relies on to make money is that if the gay characters are super twinky. It's so weird saying that. I'm sorry. I'm like, honestly, it's just ridiculous that they even need to be like that to begin with. Like, can we just not have them always be this specific way where it's just like obviously a product of, they're all like, super gay of like with stylistic choice, or they're super gay with the whole idea of wearing frilly clothes, like just trying to sell it. Like, can we focus less on that and more on the like emotional stuff and the actually understanding them with their common interest and hobbies stuff? No, we can't have that. I'm not surprised. It is Vibsy Pop after all. Anyways, guys, this is the end of the video. I don't have anything else to say other than that. Obviously, if you're not a super gay character couple that Vibsy Pop has thought of, then you're not going to get much character development because reasons being that, you're not a sellable product to her endeavors, and how else is she going to make her money? Oh god. I am not able to speak English today. I am like very annoyed right now. Like very annoyed. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. So hopefully, oh my god, that was Fred. But anyways, hopefully you subscribe to the channel, check out my memberships, or check out my coffee. That would mean so much to me. So yeah, stay safe, stay cool, and most importantly, guys, stay hydrated. This is Dazzling Kate, signing the hell out of here.